after the golf round ends, get to Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill at 2755 Jamie Lane. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins'. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Bros Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Staying healthy and comfortable starts with the air you breathe. If you're noticing more dust, odors, or allergies, it could be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Pure Air starts with cleaner air ducts, hair with enhanced filtration and purifications options, and the difference is amazing. When the air you breathe is clean and fresh, your home smells fresher and your family is healthier. Time for cleaner air in your home? Call Bryant for a free estimate. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Boom. In your face. In your face, son. It's Sunday live on The Ticket. Carrying it through. We've got a full day scheduled for you all the way through the evening. So buckle in, settle in, and get comfortable. You can follow us on all the live streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. Ticket app. If you haven't downloaded it, do it. If you have not followed the Ticket on all of the apps and various other assorted social media engagements, please do so. You can text in. Again, we're a live show, so you can text in 402-464-5685, the Starter Heyman text line. If you want to be a part of this conversation and what we're doing, you're more than welcome and invited to do so. Harrison Arns manning the board for it and to get through. But today, there's a couple of things in play. First of all, it's the cliche is the most important two words in all of sports, Game 7. And there's some point of reference for it, why it matters so much, because it is different than any other game that is played, any other championship that's being played. And when it's a finals Game 7, it has even more juice for the squeeze. And it's important. I'm going to do a thing here.
Good old headset swap.
Yeah.
Those are the nice ones too. Those are the ones that I prefer much more.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about those. I just prefer these, and it's just easier. It feels better on a hot day. These feel better. But Game 7, NBA Finals, and for all the discussion about what it means and what we expect to happen, the beauty of championship Game 7s is that we have no idea what's going to happen. I don't think there has been a championship Game 7 that's ever gone the way people thought it was going to go. We forget that all the time, that we go through and, you've had a 7-game series. The first 6 games are back and forth. Momentum has shifted several times in the series. Like every series that's gone 7 games, it means literally both teams have figured out a flaw on the other team. They've executed at a high level, and then another night they didn't execute so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then in a Game 7, this is the only official championship game. And then you have to put it in the category like you do Final Four championships, that we never are really sure what's going to happen in a championship game, because on that particular night, it's in the accumulation of a whole lot of things. Who's having a night that night? Who's off? We know top athletes, Harrison, tonight there are going to be some really good basketball players who do not have a good night.
I know.
We just don't know who it is.
My bets are, again, 100 bets off, but Pascal Siakam, I wonder if he's going to be the steady force for the Pacers.
We don't.
Just kind of how he's been the whole series.
But we don't know.
Well, of course not. This one thing I learned about this series, this playoff.
We don't know.
It's a mad nonsense. What you know is Pascal Siakam, more often than not, has been consistent.
Yeah, but I mean, consistent doesn't win you a title.
No. The Pacers, what has lost them games is plus 20 turnovers. That's going to be the thing to keep an eye on for me anyways, because I don't have to be a genius of basketball to track. If you turn the ball over at a high rate, it's going to be tough to win ball games.
But go a step further. Go a step deeper. What causes turnovers?
It's OKC's defense. But you look at the Pacers in that last game, they finally were like, it felt like they're giving OKC's defense a little bit more respect. And on fast breaks, they're a little bit more willing to pull back. OKC is just a great defensive team. And if you don't respect them, you are going to end up with nights.
What makes them a great defensive team?
Hey, when you watch them, DP, it just feels a little bit like you're watching a college team, not in terms of talent, but just they're obviously young, but they will just chase you 1 through 5. Even SGA, the best player on the team, who could have the argument for reserving himself on offense, like you're just going to get constantly harassed. They're going to show on screens. They're going to double off of them. Sometimes they're going to go underneath it. Like they just kind of throw, it feels like a lot of defenses at you all the time, just constantly harassed. They don't really like to let you get comfortable.
Here's the thing about these particular games. And I can only from a experience standpoint talk about coaching in a tournament where you in order to get to the finals of a tournament, you had to do a lot of things well and had to overcome some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the final, it really is just wipe it clean. Wipe it clean, because whatever Pascal Siakam has done well in games 1 through 6, some of those things will be taken away in game 7, if at least in theory.
Yeah.
At least in theory. Some of the things that Halliburton has done well in the previous 6 games, some of those will be addressed, adjusted to, managed. The same for SGA. You understand who you think he is in normal situations until game 7, when everything is on, and it's one possession at a time for 48 minutes of one possession at a time, one pass at a time, one rebound at a time, one decision at a time, one coaching decision at a time, one substitution at a time, one official making one call.
Is Foster on the call
at
tonight?
a time. They have the list. I didn't even look at it because
do you buy into any of that? Like, do you not care?
Here's my thing. Like, I knew as a coach, and as a player, I knew who the officials were, and I knew how they managed the game. Different game. In baseball, I would always have the conversation before the game. Go out to home plate. Okay, I got a few questions on what's your strike zone going to be? Like, what am I telling? And I asked the question with the ability and forethought that it allows me to hold him accountable for what he's saying he's going to call. In baseball, if I ask him, where's the strike zone? High strike zone, low strike zone, true strike zone, is it absolute, right? Mm-hmm. Pace of the game. Like, how do you want? Am I allowed to talk to my players in between innings? Do you want in and out? Like, how do you want this thing run? And you ask those questions before. In basketball, you ask the same questions to officials before the game, right? Jump stop. What's your call? Pressure, dig versus swiping down. What are you calling on the finish, right? Is it what's the +1 situation? What are we calling? Hey, I'm going to trap today, so I need to know how you're going to call these. And if he's going to call a ticky-tacky game while I'm in a trap defense, I'm absolutely sending them to the free throw line. In my decision about doing that. And so then you figure out, okay, well, he likes to call reach fouls. I need to go zone. Okay, how does that work against them? And when I do it from possession to possession, one, will my players understand what I'm trying to do, and will they adjust? Because they still have to be effective and get it, and actually get the thing done. But I also have to know whether the official is going to help me or not. Like, is he going to help me? And who I put my best player, often Jordan, the Jordan rules were in play. They knew that defensively, I'm going to have Rodman and Pippen and Harper defend the opposing team's best offensive player on the wing, only because I don't want to put Jordan under that sort of foul pressure. I've got an answer for Rodman going to the bench. I've got an answer for Harper going to the bench. I even have an answer for Pippen going to the bench, but I do not have an answer for Michael Jordan going to the bench. So you have to have those discussions. And guess what? When Jordan decides in a day that, he's going to bang threes against Portland, you think Portland had an answer for that? No, they had done all the work. So game 7's in finality. If you're a defensive team, you have to understand that being aggressively defensive has its perils. Because get on a roll, somebody gets hot, and they decide they're going to go to the free throw line. You've got to change the way you defend. And most NBA teams aren't good at changing how they defend. They are who they are. They've played 100 games plus by now.
The only teams that who's really good at it back in the day? Nick Nurse. And they're not in the Raptors. Speaking of, not to bring it back to Siakam, but that versatility was in it with good coaching. I think that was a defense that constantly molded, and he was kind of the first one to bring the zone back into like that high level of caliber. That wasn't more than a break, but like we're doing it to counter what the refs are calling to throw the other team off.
Well, to know what each coach defines good defense as. And that answer is never the same. It's never the same. As a matter of fact, it's never the same possession by possession, because of what I'm asking you to do in transition is not the same as what I'm asking you to do first possession of the game or last possession of the second quarter or first possession third quarter, right? Because that's, you change, you adjust, you come out of the locker room and go, you know what, first possession, we're going to double down in the box against Siakam. We're going to make somebody else shoot the first shot of the second half or the first shot of the game. Maybe you want to see what their first sequence is, right? So
I do. If I'm playing the Thunder, I'm like SGA or
well, let's see what the first sequence
who's
is.
balling right now.
And then how far into the sequence can I get that? Because the play set is only just where you line up to begin that play. And then everything beyond the first pass is if this, then that. And it's never the same. It's never the same, especially when you're playing with SGA, because if he finds advantage, quite frankly, he feels like in most situations, catching it right side beyond 3, if he doesn't have a defender with inside leverage, which means he's going to force him to go right, and you have a hedge defender down in the corner or the soft corner taking away corner 3 or the drive, then his decisions become, well, if this, then that. And that changes. In 6 games, that first sequence hasn't changed. But what they do with the first sequence is get to the second sequence, which is, you know what, if he goes to the corner and dives, does he sprint to the lower box, spin, post up, and take the entry pass? And is the intent for him to catch it down there face up? Or is his intention based on where the defender is? Am I going to spin baseline and try to get to the rack? Now, if I spin baseline, I'm pretty much I've got to win unless big man help slides over to the midpoint. But then that means there's a dunk, either an alley-oop or a wrap reach around pass. Unless. So you have to go through the sequence. You have to figure out what good defense is and what you're going to take away. And you can't take away everything. So what you look at with Oklahoma City is that they like to take away the middle. No passes across your face into the middle. No entry passes and no passes across your face through the middle. That means if you're going to swing around the perimeter of it, yeah, threes are open, but who's shooting 3? And are they going to catch it in rhythm and get it over our length? Because I can still close out and get to it in most spaces. If you're Indiana, what do you want to concede? Do you want the Thunder shooting more threes than short twos? What do you want? What are you going to give? You're going to give away front of the rim, or are you going to give open threes in the corner? What are you going to give away? And you have to know. Well, that answer is different on different sides of the floor depending on what personnel's on the floor. That's why Game 7s are always bananas and weird, because it's a series of so many simple decisions made on the fly, and then you still have to hit the open jumper. You still have to rebound, close out, and then knowing what you're going to do if they miss. If they miss. If OKC misses and Siakam gets the rebound, it's a different play call than if Halliburton rebounds it on a long rebound and gets it in transition. It's different. It's different. It's never the same. You're talking about 48 minutes of 1,000 decisions going on, and we don't know. Like, we don't know. We can sit back and go, well, I watched the previous 3. Well, the previous 3 games, 6 games were all different. 3 of those, Pacers figured out a way to finish. The other 3, OKC figured out. You don't know what the crowd's going to be, because I would almost imagine that a lot of Pacers alumni bought tickets.
There's going to be, it's the new favorite thing is the owners flying in their own little private jet of fans too. So there'll be some coalition. When it comes to, this is why I like NBA and NHL. Like, I'm trying to think of like other places where when you're at the peaks of the peak, where you're talking about the 1% of athletes, like what does that do to athlete when you're playing that chess match of like getting to a Game 7, where every game you're just playing the same people over and over again, and that wear and tear. Is that like just when you get to the final, these Game 7s seem more likely once you kind of get to that Game 5, 6? Just feels like after games 1 and 2, and if you can survive as the underdog, like you were the Pacers and be up 2-1, all of a sudden it just becomes you've kind of got the script on them and you found enough ways to beat them, and now you're just kind of going back and forth on playing chess
We
to get
still
to
have
a
to
Game
execute.
7. Yeah, they have to execute. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, any athlete On Tuesday, if you're a good shooter and you shoot open corner threes, you may figure, you know what, I can go 45%.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Monday. You can feel just as good on Tuesday and go 34%. Doesn't matter. The human factor always plays. And you're talking about the highest level and the highest level of punishment for making mistakes. Because you're playing against best players. How many cheap buckets can you get? How many bad call fouls, free throws can you get? We don't know. And it's been simple. It's funny to me that as we go through watching the NBA Finals, and again, it's on a day when Kevin Durant and the trade takes news, and it's a day where the OKC crowd wants to make a statement more than it's their opportunity to be open and productive. Somebody's going to win an NBA title tonight. And whoever it is, it's going to be so huge for their town and their state that, you know what, there's some additional pressure going on. But there'll be additional celebration. That's why it works the way it is. Eric, good afternoon, bro. Good to see you on here. No, stop it. He likes to poke that GSP is better than John Jones. And no. One retired undefeated and the other one didn't. That's that argument that's there. And often I have to keep reminding people that if you want to listen to the ticket, there are so many ways for you to listen to what we do. The app goes wherever you go. X. You can go X Live and just click. If you follow the ticket, it'll come up. You can listen on Facebook. You can listen and watch on Facebook. You can go to Allo Channel 961, right? And the very same device that you text into the text line to say you can't hear, the ticket's available on that device. There literally are 4 other ways on the device you texted in on to say that, hey. Now, if you're in brick and mortar, terrestrial, you're in the car, it's the one way that we don't control the signal. Why? Sunspots on a tough day, it's 100 degrees. And the signal's in the tower's in Firth.
Yeah, so bear with us right now for those who are looking for the College World Series. Talking to our ticket tech right now, we think some sunspots may be the cause
it's a thing.
Bear with me, 100 degrees.
Like
I wish I could tell Mother Nature and knock it off.
Just to say,
right now,
but here's the other thing. Whatever you're trying to listen to, we want you to listen to.
I want it more than you.
Yeah, right. Like don't. And here's the other part. Don't be a jerk about it, because then we said, that we can make you go blank.
Yeah, trust me, I don't like solving technical issues just to piss everybody else off out there.
Yeah,
I
Harrison,
love
what's your
sitting here on
problem?
my Sundays.
What's
just
your
messing
problem?
around with
What's your
equipment.
problem, Harrison? How dare
we
you?
will get that for you guys. Though.
How
Don't
dare,
worry.
like, we'll get
working.
it fixed. It's a thing, right? It's the thing that happens. Of course, the news of the day, again, Game 7, Game 2 of the College World Series, which started with fireworks because there was a big blow up between Coastal Carolina's skipper and the umpires, and it got a little sussy. Got a little saucy out there. Pretty interesting to have that happen. But it's another day in hot weather where folks are going to have to figure out how to get along. Got to figure out how to get along.
I've seen so far, though, I will say, I haven't seen any bad things going down there in Omaha. Usually the College World Series is pretty violent free. I have really not seen too many bad things go down, depending on the teams that get there. But right now, I'll tip my cap to LSU fans. It seems like they're having a good time responsibly.
It's 1-1 in the third.
And this is a must for Coastal Carolina. Otherwise,
well, I mean, this is what you came for. And I think it's always interesting, again, that we need to give credit for them getting there and playing at the level that they've been playing at, and then to go through everything that they're going to go through. Yeah, you're not going to be the crowd favorite. You're not going to be,
It's the weird crowd favorite where they're the favorite for a lot of people at home, but out there in Omaha, you're going to feel like drowned out by being this
Well, Mardi Gras Mike is going to be there, right? He's
Yeah.
going to be there, and it'll be loud. And they showed up last night in full. Man, I'm looking to see. I need to look and see what the Jello shot update would be.
Because I mean, LSU was leading it by a mile last time we checked.
Yeah, I mean
that's a fun thing to check because again, a lot of that goes to I can't remember the charity it goes to.
Okay, so as of 2 hours ago, LSU had 45,000 plus Jello shots. 45,000 at $5 per. Coastal Carolina is number 2. Oh, no, they're number 3. Arkansas is still number 2 at 9,000.
I can see Arkansas. They probably were traveling in droves at one point in time, feeling really good about the no-hitter, thinking we got this. Almost.
Yeah, Coastal Carolina, you have to beat Arkansas though. Like you do have to beat Arkansas. Murray State is 8,300, sorry. And then everybody else is somewhere around the 2,000 range.
Murray State though.
Yeah,
That's pretty good showing for Murray State.
8,300 to Coastal Carolina's 8,900. So yeah, it's in play. So we'll toward the break when we come back. I do want to get into some of the history of the NBA Finals because Harrison, it's your thinking cap of trying to remember some of the MVPs of the NBA Finals, and they are not who you think they are. So
I know Andre Iguodala was one.
So we'll go through that list and then we'll reset with College World Series, 1-1 in the third as well, and get you all set up for NBA Finals Game 7.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Bros Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Staying healthy and comfortable starts with the air you breathe. If you're noticing more dust, odors, or allergies, it could be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Pure Air starts with cleaner air ducts, hair with enhanced filtration and purifications options, and the difference is amazing. When the air you breathe is clean and fresh, your home smells fresher and your family is healthier. Time for cleaner air in your home? Call Bryant for a free estimate. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important, though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The weekend is here and you and the boys need a place to hang out after your day on the golf course. Lucky for you, that place exists at Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill in South Lincoln. The 19th hole at the course is great, but it doesn't have 30 TVs showing all sports with 23 beers on tap. You can enjoy all of that at Liquid Assets, as well as delicious smash burgers, wings, and much more. Don't end your hangout after the golf round ends. Get to Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill at 2755 Jamie Lane. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. One-on-one on a Sunday. We're live. Update from Omaha. It's 1-1. Bottom of the third, Coastal Carolina with a runner on, 2 outs. The battle is on. Game 7 tonight. Indiana and Oklahoma City Thunder. And, of course, the news. Durant traded to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick this year, and 5 second-round picks.
Handing them out like they're candy, those second-round picks.
Oh, man. Just
what was like trading picks like when you were growing up watching the NBA? Is it just me? Like, feels like we've gone into an era when GMs give them out like nothing? Maybe it's always been like that. It's
cyclical. I'm a DC kid, so I was around when George Allen took over the Redskins, and he hated young players. So he would trade. He would always say the future is now. And he would always trade away his draft picks because he just felt like they weren't going to help him win. He would give them away for veteran players who could produce right now. And he thought that even if it was a role player who he could trust to produce, he had more value than a young player. So he spent a lot of time just draining draft picks for the Redskins, and there are coaches that have that they just don't. I mean, Belichick's a member of that club.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely.
He's not a fan of young players, so he would rather have the veteran that he knows he's got some resume on, he can count on, and go, you know what, this guy has history. And listen, we're not that far from that in college sports. Like high school recruiting is changing because, quite frankly, is a 17 or 18-year-old going to help me beat a team full of 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds? That sometimes you need the older, more mature, more experienced player, and their coaches just have that preference.
I'm okay with that. You know, if it's a philosophy, we'll see what happens in college football. I won't go fully on that, right? But I do worry, DP. Like, I will say this much, and then this on a total side tangent. I'm curious what you think. Like, I do get worried about college football's future because it does feel like the last 10 big-time moves have been purely based on money, not about college football itself.
What does that mean?
As far as conference realignment was about the big TV deals for the universities to make more money. Not so much the NIL, I'm fine with the students getting paid. But the conference realignment, like we're going to watch, college game day, it's going to be Oregon or Washington. Like what college football used to be with like the close schools, the rivalries, the matchups, like that was college football, the traditions around it. And maybe it's not wrong, but it just feels like everything now is being made for money and for money purely.
It was always for money.
It was always for money, but at some point in time, but if you go in the NFL, why the NFL was so good, why'd they do the draft? Why'd they start the draft? Because eventually got to a point, the best teams can't just be the best teams and not be enough competition.
No, the drafts you were drafted regionally.
Yeah.
So Washington, if you were from Washington, D.C., you drafted Maryland, Virginia Tech.
If you're Chicago,
like
Green Bay, you got some dogs.
Yeah, I mean, so it's always been business.
But then they did the draft overall, right? Where then they made it league-wide. So it's like, okay, we need to fix this. So these top teams don't just, even though we can make a ton of money as the best, let's make a little bit of a sacrifice so the rest of the league can elevate. As opposed to just feels like SEC, Big Ten, just throwing their weight around, willing to ruin the
SEC doesn't care about the ACC.
I know, and that's my fear. And it just, if we keep going down this road,
the SWAC didn't care about Pac-12. Like, it's never been that. For the longest time, the NFL didn't care about the AFL. Yeah, I mean, the business side of it, it's only when the AFL becomes valuable and it creates talent and a different style of play, or the same with the NBA and the ABA.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA didn't care about the ABA until the ABA's players start getting more popular.
Mm-hmm.
Then like, well, wait a minute. I guess we need to do some of this stuff. All right, we're not going to take the cute red, white, and blue ball, but we can take the 3-point shot. We can bring over the slam dunk contest because they didn't have one. NBA didn't have a slam dunk contest. They didn't have a 3-point shooting contest. Matter of fact, college basketball adjusted and adapted because they didn't want UCLA and all of its line of 7-foot dominant players just dunking all the time. So they banned the dunk.
Wait, what?
In college basketball, there was a period of time they banned the dunk. So it's always business.
Hey, I guess college football is changing though purely for, like, there's nothing new exciting about it. It's just purely for the money. It's a business. Yeah.
We've been telling you, don't let your naivete get in the way of thinking that this is a purest thing.
It's never 100% pure, but I mean, at one point in time, it was, about the school a little bit was in the mix, not just about the paychecks.
Oh,
and now I will say, if we get to a full super conference, like, it will be college football, but drastically different world. And I think that is a worse product. If you go
football, it's the conversation we were having with Haas. The product's going to be fine because it's going to be the best college football you can see. Show me the best college-age people playing football. As a matter of fact, we can follow. We understand. We can look at the best college basketball players and understand that while competitive with the best in the world in the NBA, it's just different.
And people, but like my thing is, why in the world does a place like Washington State, somewhere in Lincoln Way, blow up into this massive city on game days? Because there's meaning and there's a lot of meaning behind those games. That if we keep going with the super conference route, like those smaller schools, it'll just be more and more meaningless. And the casual fans, like I don't want to sit in the world where we just think college football will forever be okay. We don't ever have to worry about just milking it purely for the money.
That's never going to happen.
Loses all value.
So, listen, the biggest game in the country on a week of rivals is Montana versus Montana State. And they don't care about the SEC. They'll sell out the tickets. Their alumni will meet up all over the country, and that's their thing because that's who they are. It doesn't matter. Nebraska, they haven't been a part of the big boy conversation for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't stop 90,000 from showing up and doesn't keep Lincoln from being hot and happening on game day. Doesn't matter. Let folks do business. How you handle it locally is up to you, entirely up to you. HBCUs have existed for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
You think are they dealing with money the same way Alabama is? No, Alabama A&M works on an entirely different.
They hold on to that tradition. And that's what I keep.
There'll be room for it.
Going. Yeah.
Let the big business colleges and programs do big business and college football, but it still allows room. There's enough for everybody. Do you think that the 70,000 people that would go to a Montana State game aren't going to go to that game because Alabama and Georgia are playing? No, that's them. North Dakota State could care less. Them in South Dakota State, they figure it out.
I guess, like, in my mind, and this, I should frame this better. Like, if there becomes a super league, like, it would be outside of what the FBA is now. Like, it'd just be an entirely new league that's out of, and then that's where
But that's what it's always been. The same 22 programs have won the Division I football championship.
Mm-hmm.
Think of how many programs have never won a national title. How many have never won their conference regular season championship?
Yeah, more not.
This is always happening. This is always going to happen. It's always, we can name NBA teams, NFL teams that have never won a title. And they're still playing, still drawing, still getting TV revenue, still getting radio revenue.
I thought this is one you would see eye to eye on me. I just see the conference really on it and just, you're right. It's all business.
The Dallas Cowboys play in the NFC East. We know geography. We know that Dallas is.
Yeah.
Okay. We know that's not really how that should
they're
work.
down south.
Yeah, we know that's not how that should work.
Mm-hmm.
There are teams around them that we could pair them up for. But the business says, this thing works. We're not changing that. We'll change some other stuff. Like, if it ain't working, we'll change it. But the stuff that's working, if we're all making money, if they're all making money, the teams in the NFC East, you think they would give up the revenue and the TV revenue of dealing and having the Dallas Cowboys on their schedule every year?
No, of course not.
Okay, that's what's going to happen in college football.
Yeah.
If it's going to happen,
don't like change, DP. Maybe that's where I'm at.
Well, I mean, you work on that. You're too young to not want to change, bro. You're in the change business. You are literally in the change business. So I just think people get into the discussion point of it, but be a realist in that nothing is happening in college football that hasn't happened before in private. Athletes have been getting subsidied.
Oh, the money part and the student athletes getting paid. I've never cared about. Yeah, that's not the problem.
What you want in transparency, whether it be through the internet, through tax reports, through government funding, grants, etc., is transparency on how much money is being made and where it goes.
And I'm okay with that. And again, this is where I'll have to change on it. But your thought, and you're probably more right than me, but it's like, UCLA going all the way out to Rutgers is just insanity to me. And I get it because that's the conference room and that's where the money's at. But it's like games like that. I'm like, what? If one thing, if you're football, it's another thing if you're bowling, or your tennis team. And you got
what about basketball?
Basketball, same thing. Like
UCLA and Maryland?
Okay. I see what you're saying with Maryland. You get those better matchups there, but
if you want it to be better, get better. Like, if you want it to get better, you want it to be more meaningful, get better. Because if you told me, look, I'm old enough to remember John Wooden and Lefty Driesell, and Lefty Driesell saying, I need the Maryland Terps to be the UCLA of the East. And then they got together and played again. But it made perfect sense.
Yeah.
It made perfect sense. And those rivalries mattered. NC State and UCLA was the college basketball rivalry for a 4-year stretch with Tom Burleson, David Thompson, etc. That was the thing. It actually mattered. Notre Dame and UCLA, another stretch. Listen, UCLA is a coastal team. If they're going to be the prima donna and the one, why do you think the Rose Bowl happened? So you could get a Pac-12 West Coast California team against an SEC or Southwest Conference team to meet on New Year's Day, so both of them made money. And it helped them recruit. It helped them recruit. It helped them both get better. You have to adjust. You have to adjust. Like, make the bowls meaningful. But internet, cable TV, satellite TV changed it all. Social media changed it all. We're never going to be the same again. We're never going to be the same again. It's never going to be what it was. You can say, I like the good old days, but I always lean away from the good old days. Like, come on. Like, you can understand it, right?
Yeah.
It's the Haas thing. You can say, I have a preference, but you also have to say, while I miss Wilt versus Russell, I also know that we're okay with Shea versus Halliburton. And I understand why. I understand why this version of the Final Four is better and different than the Final Four from 40 years ago that, quite frankly, you never saw on TV. You never saw the games. We see the games. We know the people. We know what it is. I'm okay with that. It's just a phase.
All right, DP's okay with the demise of. I'm just kidding.
We evolve. It ain't going anywhere. It's bigger than it's ever been. Yeah. It's bigger than it's ever been.
All right. With that, we'll go to break. DP, I'll let you tee up here. What do you want to talk about?
I do want to go through. I do want to go through some of the NBA final stuff because there's some great numbers as we talked about: leading scorer, leading rebounders, MVPs over the years, and just a reminder of some of the series that have taken place. NBA Finals, Game 7 tonight.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Bros Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Staying healthy and comfortable starts with the air you breathe. If you're noticing more dust, odors, or allergies, it could be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Pure Air starts with cleaner air ducts, pair with enhanced filtration and purifications options, and the difference is amazing. When the air you breathe is clean and fresh, your home smells fresher and your family is healthier. Time for cleaner air in your home? Call Bryant for a free estimate. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The weekend is here and you and the boys need a place to hang out after your day on the golf course. Lucky for you, that place exists at Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill in South Lincoln. The 19th hole at the course is great, but it doesn't have 30 TVs showing all sports with 23 beers on tap. You can enjoy all of that at Liquid Assets, as well as delicious smash burgers, wings, and much more. Don't end your hangout after the golf round ends. Get to Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill at 2755 Jamie Lane.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will spin through the NBA Finals Game 7 tonight. It is 3-1 LSU Bengals over Coastal Carolina in the top of the fourth, 2 on, 2 out. And 2 runs in, and it's now 5-1 with a base hit up the middle. 5-1, fourth inning, 2 outs, Bengals, and the stadium goes mad. So, and again, it's all the stuff. Right? We were talking about a couple of things earlier with Haas. In the NBA Finals, I like to dive into the history of it just to remind myself of how we got to where we are. But I asked the question of what player had the most points in a series, an NBA Finals series. And the number is so ridiculous, but the story is so great that Elgin Baylor of the Lakers, and he may be the best player we don't talk about enough.
He's up there. I think my dad would yell at me for not having that trivia because I think he's in that same camp.
Right. That Elgin Baylor was LeBron as a scorer. He was a better scorer than LeBron against better talent. And people will say, well, he's doing it against carpenters and plumbers. I hate that line. I want to punch people anytime somebody says that.
Yeah, those carpenters, plumbers would have in the
would
game.
Would have destroyed. Yeah, Nate
Quote
Thurman.
unquote.
Like
Plumbers,
Nate
carpenters.
Thurman,
Yeah.
Bob Lanier, stop it. Like you can't say it. But he averaged 40 points a game for a 7-game series against the Celtics, no less. Right? That he got it done. And if I asked you from a rebounding standpoint, what player had the most rebounds in NBA Finals? Well, the answer is pretty simple. In that it would be Bill Russell. It would be Bill Russell that he grabbed, and again, in a 7-game series, he grabbed 189 rebounds. 189. I'm telling you that the Indiana Pacers haven't grabbed that many in the entire series as a team. And Bill Russell grabbed 189 rebounds in one series. With one night, he put up a 40. He grabbed 40 rebounds in one night. in the NBA Finals. So, listen, boys and girls.
Yeah, he can do that in any era, by the way.
I mean, think about it. That Baylor averaged 40 a game. One night he put up a 61 burger in the finals series.
Yeah, I didn't realize how like his some of his 61-62 season. This is just his regular season, but he was averaging 38 points and 18 rebounds a game.
Crazy talk.
Just a casual 38-18.
Oh, with the guy on the logo on the same team not putting up those numbers. Like, I just want to say it. So I'm going to go through.
Played all games, by the way.
You're right. I'm just going to pull a couple of series from the finals real quick, and you can tell me who won. So last year, Celtics win the title. MVP.
Brown got that one, didn't he?
Jaylen Brown. Nuggets with Jokic in 23. Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry. Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis. Lakers and LeBron. Raptors with Kawhi Leonard. Golden State back-to-back with Kevin Durant. Both years. It was not. Those were not. Then it was LeBron with the Cavs, right?
I forgot how bad Steph was chasing that one. KD got them both. And Andre got the first one.
Iguodala in 2015. Kawhi again with San Antonio. LeBron back-to-back with the Heat. Dirk in 2011. Kobe goes back-to-back with the Lakers. And you think about how short of a window that actually was. But Kobe back-to-back. Paul Pierce with the Celtics the year before that. Tony Parker with the year between that. Dwayne Wade with the Heat. Duncan with the Spurs.
Parker got it what year?
Parker got it in 2007.
Okay. I didn't realize he got one over
18 and 5.
Right.
Absolutely. The Detroit Pistons won it in 2004. Who was the MVP?
Who would have been at 5? I don't know. Give me a name.
It was Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups. Right? Duncan in 2003. Shaq went back-to-back with the Lakers from 2000 to 2002. Tim Duncan in 99. The Jordan run of 3 years. Olajuwon back-to-back. And then Jordan 3 more years. So for 8 years, it was 2 players. Before that, the Detroit Pistons won back-to-back. 1 year was Isaiah Thomas. The next year was Joe Dumars. The Lakers won it in 88. Any idea who the MVP was?
88 Johnson.
James Worthy.
Okay.
James Worthy. 87 was Magic. Celtics and Bird. Lakers and Kareem. Celtics and Bird. 1983 Philadelphia 76ers. Who was the MVP?
Oh, I don't know if it's the right era. Drexler?
4-4-4, Moses Malone. Moses Malone. Fo is how he said it. 1981, the Celtics win the title. Who was the MVP? Maybe one of the great nicknames in all of NBA history. Cedric Cornbread Maxwell. Cornbread Maxwell. 1979, the Seattle Supersonics win a chip. Who do you think the MVP was?
It could have been Kevin
Maybe the most underrated defender in NBA history, and Dennis Johnson. And 1978, my Washington Bullets won their world title. Who do you think the MVP was?
Get us out of here, DK.
Wes Unseld. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Enjoy Game 7.